Hello, my YouTube friends. Happy Tuesday. What a lucky day. Really. I'm going to talk about Google and the wheel strategy that I plan to implement, but we had a CE class for work. Got me a little bit distracted when I saw the market was opening lower. I wasn't going to sell the calls that I'd planned to, that I talked about in yesterday's video. And then I had class, so I didn't really have my phone. By the time I opened it up at the end of the day when the market had closed, it came out that the judgment on Google and Apple came out, and the judge wasn't really going to penalize them the way that they thought. It's kind of making it, from what I saw, I haven't had time to dig into it and read, but basically, from what I read, it seems like they're not going to force Google to not advertise on Apple's site. They're going to make it an open platform where anybody can bid, which means it's probably going to be between them and Microsoft, and I'm guessing they have a huge leg up on it. Now, caused Google to go up a good bit after the close. It creates an opportunity where tomorrow I can sell the calls. I'll reevaluate them because the stock is obviously a good bit higher. Last I looked, it's trading like $228 a share. So I'm guessing I might even be able to get a 240 call for the time frame I was looking at, or sell a tighter one that's a little bit shorter dated and get a better premium than I was before, because the volatility is probably going to be pretty high as well. I'm actually even tempted to just sell 100 shares and do what I would have originally wanted to do, where now I'd be in the position to sell both a put and a call, collect the premium on both sides, and no matter which direction the stock goes, if I get assigned 100 shares, I would have already sold it. And if I end up getting taken on the call, well, that's okay. I'll go from 600 to 400 after I've sold 100 shares and be able to adjust from there and kind of keep you guys updated as things progress. I feel really fortunate though. I mean, from what I saw, let's see, it closed on Friday at $212, being up around 228. I mean, that's up like 12 or $13 on the day, which is unbelievable for a stock like Google. Now, obviously, that was nothing that I'd planned. That was just dumb luck, but I'm happy to take dumb luck anytime. And I do still have that December $250 call that I told you guys about in yesterday's video as well. And I don't plan to make any changes in that. If Google is above $250 come the end of December or mid December, when that expires, then I'll be pushed or forced to sell 100 shares there. It looks as if that's a lot more likely at this point, because now at the price it's already at, we still have a lot of time to December. And I still think, even today when the market was lower, I still felt bullish the markets. I'm not really bearish. I feel like we had our sell off back in April. I don't know that I really see a huge sell off coming again. So I feel like every pullback is a bit of an opportunity to buy for people who are in the position. Now, as always, that is not financial advice. Please, you need to do your own research and you shouldn't be listening to me when making any financial decisions. Or that matter, really, I would advise not really listening to anybody in YouTube other than for entertainment purposes only, which is the only reason I do this. Now, I hope you guys learn a thing or two. I hope you enjoy the content. I hope it gives you some ideas for the things you want to research, but you really need to do your research into things. I'm kind of curious. I haven't even had a chance yet to see where United Health did for the day. Tomorrow will really be the first day I'll be able to pay attention to the markets, because the CE class was an 8 hour class. And even now that I'm back home, I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to do the video, because it's time to get ready and head over to swim for swim practice for my little buddy, my son. I am also hoping that the news for Apple and Google is strong enough to be able to propel the rest of the economy higher and not just those two stocks. I'm hoping that, Hims had a little bit of a rough day. And like I said in the video yesterday, one of the things I'm concerned about is seeing it just drift down to maybe $38 a share and then getting stuck there, because it'll leave me in a position that makes it hard to sell the calls and get a premium for the prices where I'm hoping to be able to sell calls. But if it's the case, I'll work through it and share with you guys what I'm trying to do. And the reason I'm doing this is to give people exposure to understand that when you see those videos that everything is all rosy and always ends up perfect, It really doesn't. And their little caveat of all you have to do is pick stocks that are going higher, I keep joking and saying, well, duh. Like, really? Well, duh. Of course, we all want to pick stocks that are going higher. And if it were that easy, everybody would do that, including the people in those videos talking about how easy it is to make $1 million or to get 100% return in a year or whatever the things they're saying it is, that they make it sound like it's so simple. Nobody controls the markets. They go wherever they go. I don't care if you're Warren Buffett and you're putting in a big amount of money. You may move the market for a short term, but over the long run, what's going to move stocks is earnings and revenue and growth and things of that nature, not a short term fluctuation because of a push in volume in a trade from even somebody like Warren Buffett. It kind of cracks me up, actually, how much he'll move a stock. Like Kraft Heinz today, they announced that they're going to split up. At first, the market kind of liked it. Then Warren Buffett came out and said he didn't like it, and the stock collapses or falls. I think that's kind of silly. Man, I'm having lots of little bloopers there. Like, if the market liked it to begin with, why simply because a guy who's a good investor has an opinion on it would the market react so much the way it does? Same with when he buys a stock. It just shouldn't go straight up because it comes out that Warren Buffett bought some. I mean, just like United Health. And look, don't get me wrong, I like United Health too. I think it is the most undervalued stock in the market right now. But when it comes out that Warren Buffett and his team bought it, other than giving me a little comfort that somebody else sees it similarly, it really doesn't change anything about the stock or what's going on. It just means somebody else likes it. That is not any guarantee that it's going to do better. And I almost find it comical that when that stuff comes out, it impacts the stock price. I guess others just see it as this factual, well, if he's buying it, it must be incredible, or however they look at it. Either way, I really am hoping that the news on Apple and Google is enough to really drive the market higher and not just them alone. The market seemed pretty weak today. I still saw it as a buying opportunity. I'm pretty invested, so I wasn't really looking to buy a whole lot, and I've just been more watching than anything else. I didn't sell any calls or do anything. I have my position in HIMS. I'm just paying attention and watching. SoFi as well, same thing. The position on keeping an eye, monitoring the position, and working through the options. But that's one of the things is you have to stay patient with the options and let them expire. The reason for that is if you sell an option for, let's say, $1, and you've run the math of your percentages and what type of return that is, you really have to let it expire because if it's going to zero and you get impatient and you pay 10 cents, like let's say it goes your way and you did phenomenal, and it's right around 10-cent offer the week of expiration, and you decide it's only $10, I'll cover it. Well, you're giving up 10% of the call that you sold or put if it were a put. If you sell something for $1 and cover it at 10 cents, you only made the 90 cents, not 100. And 10 cents out of $1 is a 10% difference. It's actually significant. Even a nickel that might look like nothing. So you have to be really careful and let these things play out, let them expire so that you get the right return of what you expected, and then the following week make your decision from there. Now, obviously, if it's way through a strike and you're able to do something a little bit early, maybe you can do that to try to recapture some of the money or make a little bit extra. But you have to be very careful because if there's a price at all, there is a reason, and it could end up really taking off and catching you off guard. And maybe you end up short more puts than you expected or short more calls and selling or buying too much of the stock. Anyway, like I said, I was just excited and wanted to get a video out. I didn't have a whole lot to talk about other than Google. I got to get ready and head down to swim. Um, and I don't know, trying to think of what else. Either way, I'll do a better video tomorrow, if not Thursday. I hope everybody's day didn't go as badly as the markets appeared in the beginning. I think it had a bit of a pullback, but again, haven't had a good chance to look. Gonna edit this, get it up on the website or onto YouTube. Do me a favor if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button. make some comments. Did you buy anything? Did you sell anything? How was your day today? And how was your Labor Day weekend? Did you have anything good to eat or barbecue or something? All right. Thumbs up. Have a good day, everybody.